I wanted that to be mentioned because I think that a lot of the times when I'm walking around, and my wife works at one of the local hotels part time. So a lot of the people don't know about a lot of our events that we have. And I don't know if that's because they're not looking at the material that's in the hotel or whatnot. But I noticed that I think our Fall Fest is awesome.
Thanks.
Um, but I never see non-locals. There's what I'm saying.
Well, we have analytics.
You would be surprised. You would
Okay.
really be surprised. So we have a program that we use that allows us to. It works in part with our cell phones. Everyone knows when you download an app, you accept terms and conditions, and they are able to use that data to provide us numbers. So we have been able to track that we've had people from, I think, 47 of the 50 states attend Fall Fest, which is incredible, and all over. I mean, they come from all over. We have even had some international visitors that show up. I won't say it's a large number, but it's pretty impressive of the wide range
I
of
didn't even
people.
know that. You know, so that's pretty cool to even
It's
know
very cool.
to know that. I mean, because I I'm in Carbondale and Marion a lot, and they talk so much about what they're doing in Marion, and I'd be like, oh gosh, I ain't heard about the Commons. Like when I'm with bands out of town, I'm constantly talking about the Commons. I think it's probably it made Mount Vernon in downtown to me awesome.
Yes.
Before that, I don't know how to say this without
Well-
saying it. It wasn't appealing to go downtown.
Yeah. Well, and part of with all the studies and different things, there's always background, things the general public doesn't know, but it's our job to learn about them. And tourism, downtowns are the hot spot. So it was so fabulous when the mayor and council decided to build the commons, and the downtown merchants were very excited about it. It's helped them tremendously. We have more stores downtown now than we've had in a long time, I would say. And so even at the events that we put on, we try to promote, hey, visit these downtown restaurants or these downtown retail shops. And the Commons has just been a nice focal point. It's a great place to have the events. Even though we don't put the main stage there at Fall Fest, it was phenomenal to be able to put our kids zone there. Prior to the Commons, the kids zone was kind of piecemealed in 3 different locations because there wasn't anywhere big enough to have it. We talking a lot about tourism and Mount Vernon festivals. There are so many organizations and businesses that do events in Mount Vernon besides just us. And on the tourism side, we try to promote every event in Mount Vernon and many that are in Jefferson County, because even if they're out in the county, like at Blackberry Hollow or Marlowe's Pumpkin Patch, usually those people come through Mount Vernon and, stop and get gas or have some food kind of thing. So there's more than 250 events and festivals in Jefferson County in any given year.
And then we're talking about downtown and the Commons and the Fall Fest and all the festivals. There's another add-on this year, guys. Ash Bash.
Yes.
Will be in the Commons this year. I think that it's got to be the coolest thing ever. I've been with Ash Bash this will be year 6 for me. So I've been with them filming for 6 years. So to be in the Commons, it's got to be it's the place to be.
Yeah. So we've actually been working with Lori and her committee. For a lot of years, we've helped on the tourism side to promote the event, because it does bring and keep a lot of people in Mount Vernon for their entertainment. And she's actually going to put the stage where the Fall Fest stage is down in the 300 block of 9th Street. But then the event's going to spread through the Commons, and she's going to have kid activities and some other things there as well.
I think it was an awesome idea. Just the whole concept of the Commons. I didn't even really know. I don't know how long they've had the Mount Vernon Festivals Committee put together.
2012.
Okay, I remember all the way back to Sweet Corn and Watermelon Festival when I first moved here. That was like one of the first things. I thought that was cool too. So I'm assuming that is what branched over to Fall Fest.
Not really. So different people organized that, and a lot of their volunteers kind of aged out. At the time, they competed with the Balloon Fest in Centralia. They were both the same weekend. I remember from being in the marching band at Mount Vernon High School and it being 100 in the shade and dreading. Even with Fall Fest, being at the end of September, there's been multiple years where we've had kids in marching bands have medical emergencies from the heat. So imagine adding several degrees being the third weekend in August. So the Sweet Corn and Watermelon Festival was great. It just ran into challenges with the having volunteers and some of the key organizers not being able to do it anymore.
Now, this kind of like a fun question. I didn't even put this question on there. There is a thing going around town. And I know the city don't own this. They have no right to that building downtown, the brick building that overlooks the commons. Just people are talking about a mural, a painting, certain things. What is there anything you guys would like to see there?
I would love to see a mural, not the one that is going around.
No, definitely not.
Yeah, but yeah,
I don't want to say that I don't want to see a mural because I'm friends with a lot of local painters. I'm a ballpark village guy, and that monitor just like sets that whole place off to me. And I just be thinking, man, if they put a monitor down here, kids' movie night, you ain't got to know where your man at. We gonna be in the comments.
Well, we do have a huge inflatable screen. Our Mount Vernon Parks do that. We could do movie nights in the Commons. The challenge is when it needs to be dark for that to work, and in the nice weather months, it doesn't get dark until after bedtime.
Yes, that's true.
So
ain't no bedtime in the summertime.
Well, there is for me because I still have to come to work.
Right.
Yeah.
And so having a movie night at 10 o'clock is,
That's true.
yeah.
That is true.
I'm not saying it's impossible. I'm just saying that's one of the barriers.
I'm just and guys, that is a wishful thinking question. I was told that the city has no right to that building. So that's just a wishful thinking question. I know everybody was talking online about what should go there, and most definitely not the mural that they had online.
Right.
But let's kind of talk about some gyms in Mount Vernon. And I ain't talking about no lifting gyms, guys. I'm talking about, tell me some of Mount Vernon's hidden gyms that people do not know about.
I think for us here, that would be Cedarhurst Center for the Arts. Seeing as we're a small town, positionally located between two major interstates gives us a huge advantage. Most people come through here and they wouldn't realize that something like that exists here. And the fact that it's a nationally accredited museum is a huge honor. Not many museums can achieve that, so that's quite the benefit. In addition to it just being a museum, a lot of people have some preconceived ideas that it's not for them or that it might be a little too upper class, and that's really not the case at all with Cedarhurst. There's 5 galleries, 1 permanent, 4 rotating, and they have a tremendous amount of events that take place that some are paid, but they do have a lot of free events like Thursday Night Live, which happens all summer long on Thursdays. It's live music, food vendor if you want it, alcohol available, and there's usually an art activity that goes with it. In the summer and in the winter, they do art classes and for all ages, so kids and adults, which is always a good time, and it's a minimal cost. It's not terribly expensive. They have many art competitions too that encourage and allow local people as well as regional to participate in their art events and competitions. Some of them come with a reward, a prize earned. In addition to that, there's a nearly 80-acre sculpture park. So if someone's not necessarily interested in being indoors or the art, they can take advantage of all the sculptures and the trails that are in the woods and the beautiful pond and the scenery. And one little bonus on top is the kids area inside. So they've got a family center that's open year round. So in the winter months, it's free. In the winter months when there's bad weather, you can always take your kids in there. There's a life-size light bright on the walls that the kids love, and a Lego wall, which is always fun. So I think we're very fortunate to have something like that here, and most people don't expect it.
Now, she just mentioned Cedarhurst. I think this is a awesome building, guys. I have said this multiple times. Anybody you talk to will tell you that I mentioned this place. There's another facet inside of Cedarhurst called the Happening. They put on this thing called Savage. One of the coolest things that I've ever seen as far as a fashion show goes. As far as the Happening goes, like you just mentioned something like you said, people feel like it's not for them. I ain't gonna mention who those people are, but yes, I have talked to people that feel like Cedarhurst, Savage, certain things are not for them. Why do you think they feel that way?
I think there's just a preconceived idea with museums in general that you have to be this upper echelon of art lover or individual when in reality it really is for everyone. They have something for everyone. I think the building itself too kind of looks intimidating. Some people find the marble and the columns to be, very professional and
Ritzy.
I think maybe they don't realize that
Well,
once they step inside, it's a whole different world.